don't remember when I started. But this is the first phase here. This one with the cast polyester resin spheres in it. This is the first phase here, and I did many, many more of these, but there's only room for 2 of them in this space. And these are the best anyway. And I cast these and then was suddenly aware of the fact that I could make the colors change 3 times. When I first began these things, I put them on motors, and then I found that people move, and I didn't need to put the motors in the work because the people move, and as they move from one side to another past these at eye level, they turn color. From this area, they're mostly blue, 1 yellow and 1 pink. And then if you move over, the viewer is exactly in front of them. They're multicolored, they're all different colors. And then when the viewer comes over here, they're mostly pink, but there's 1 or 2 that are green. And so I did these for quite some time and felt that it was time to stop using the polyester resin because, as you know, it's toxic. And a lot of people were losing control of their muscles and they were dying. And so I thought maybe it was time to stop using that material. So I like light, and light and shadow and color are all very important to me. So I found the materials, these materials, perforated, transparent metals actually. I think of them as being transparent because you can see through them. Although where they aren't pierced or woven, they're solid. But actually when you view them, you get a moire because of placing one on top of the other. You get a moire effect. And I get the color by one effect or another. This one has a small, what has it got? A small disc with Polaroid film on either side of it, which produces color that's in the material, but not evident without the Polaroid film. You put one piece in front of the object and one piece behind it and cross the grain of the Polaroid film and you get the colors. When I had a little problem with my eye, I did this one. It's called the Shrine to My Left Eye. And my eye felt enormous after having somebody work on it, and I was very concerned about my vision. But everything turned out all right, and so I decided that I needed to build a shrine to that eye. I wanted to keep it. That's a pleasure to me to look at. I've always enjoyed it. All this stuff is used in construction or in manufacturing one way or another. And look at the beautiful pattern you get on the wall here from the combination of materials used in this left eye job. I don't know if you can see it, and I don't know if it'll photograph, but it really is a beautiful pattern, which is made by the ordinary screening and the perforated aluminum that's in that and the perforated steel that's in it. It all comes together and makes a rather pleasing symphony. This one, I don't know whether you can see or not, it's down on the floor, is called the Sunken Cathedral. This one above it is I think of it as a nightlight. This is another Polaroid, and see how this changes? This Polaroid film has a grain in it, and when the grains are opposed, as they are now, you not only get the colors here, but you get a dark background. And when the grains are both going in the same direction, the colors are lighter and the background's almost white. So that's sort of fun. to use, and that is regular poured polyester syrup, you know, that makes the spheres. This is a shrine to meditation, and I'm afraid it's a little crowded into the corner, but it's one of my favorite pieces, and so much so that I made a small one, a sort of traveling shrine for meditation over here. It's not exactly like it, but it's very much like it. And it's been proposed to me by somebody that I turn this into a walk-in piece, have it fabricated. This is about 8 feet from here to here. A person could walk in and just make. All these materials are available in larger and heavier sizes, so that I could have it fabricated using a pipe frame and have it bent for me and all the materials hung on it. It'll work flat too sometimes. This is a seriograph that I made many, many years ago when we were living in New York. We had a studio on 2nd Avenue and 56th Street. And I started working in there, doing this sort of work. You see the color, which is important to all of us. This was another project here. I do some jewelry. People buy jewelry more than they buy sculpture. So it's nice to have some money coming in once in a while. And this is a pierced brass necklace. This rides on the shoulders, and this goes to the back, and this goes to the front. There's no weight on the back of your neck because the shoulder pieces that I pointed out rest right here. And I have several of these still around. This is another Polaroid piece. I don't know whether you can see anything in it or not because it hasn't got an electric light on it. It's just using the light that comes in the window, which right now I'm afraid isn't very much. This is a painted fan body, framed and hung on the wall. And there's a computer over here in this corner, which I'm struggling with these days. And that's about all that there is in this room. I'm so glad to see you.